Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and consultant to teachers with its educational system. I wanted to let you know that I'm doing these conversations because I've taught in the field of special education for 27 plus years. And I'm happy to do these conversational talks to offer further understanding of what we can do to help our children with special needs grow positively in mind, body, and spirit, which is their self esteem. This is also the 10th part of our series of interoception. It's been a really rich area to dive into, and I've explored this area in depth and learned a lot of things myself more than I did earlier about interoception, and I hope you have as well. Well, interoception is what sense that helps us make sense of how we're feeling inside. Now, we've looked at two other hidden senses. Interoception is the third of the hidden senses. Now, the other two hidden senses that we've looked at were proprioception and the vestibular senses. And that's how we interact with our environment, their external environment. Proprioceptive senses help us know where we are in space by the receptors that connect to our joints and our tendons and our muscles that send feedback to our brain as to how hard to push against something or whether or not something is light or should have a light touch. And it's just the feedback mechanism that connects with our sense of touch. And the vestibular senses, which connect to our well, it's a geolocation, I think of it as, because it gives us our balance and our equilibrium. And that connects to the tiny hairs in our inner ear and the fluid in our eardrums to give us a sense of balance. And our eyes, which gives us feedback to our brains and to our muscles and joint receptors. Now, this is thought to be the first of the hidden senses to be developed in utero. So it's sort of like the foundation, vestibular is the foundational hidden sense that we develop first. Now, these two senses are often thought of as our exteroception senses because they connect our body to the external environment, where the interoception is how we make sense of what's going on inside of our bodies. Now, you're probably wondering, what does all of this have to do with structuring a child's workday, which is my overall theme for these talks? Well, I can tell you it has everything to do with a child's day and its structure, because often children aren't able to articulate how what's going on with them. They may feel a bit off, but they're not quite sure what it is. And sometimes they're not even sure if this what they're feeling is outside of what should be the the way that they are to behave or feel or be within the environment. And so that's why we have to be detectives to figure it out. And by looking at how they interact with their world gives us a lot of information as to what senses need more help and strengthening. And as we found out, the interoceptive sense can be built because of the neuroplasticity of the brain. So we can build up a child so that they can have a better sense of how they interact with what's going on inside of them, and to the point that they could maybe have a better way of interacting with us and articulating what they're feeling. So, with all of that in mind, tomorrow we're going to take a look at body awareness and see how that figures into a child's interoceptive senses. So until then, we'll see you in our next talk. Bye bye.